Hello,
Hi,
Inga.
how are
Welcome.
you, Karen?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good. Thank you for coming.
Well,
This looks
thank
like-
you for welcoming us into your home.
I think this will be fun.
I do too. Today we are with Karen Hubbard. Karen has been a resident of Shell Point for, is it 10 years?
Almost 9.
Almost 9 years. And she recently moved about 7 months ago to here to Turbin. She is in a 1-bedroom apartment with, it's about 800 square feet. And what I think is really neat about this is that you can see, a lot of times people hear the word 800 square feet and they go, oh,
Yes.
there is no way I could live in
Yes.
something like that. And then when you walk in here, you go, wow, you did an incredible job, and
Thank
you don't
you.
even have the lanai enclosed.
That's right,
So
that's right.
she has some great ideas that we're going to share with you today. So what we're going to first start with is, I wanted to show Karen, which I thought was great, is how you took this really neat chocolate brown
Yes.
color and you painted the door, and this section in here to start with. A lot of people leave this door white. And by doing this, it already brings warmth in.
Right, and it makes it more of a designated entryway.
Yeah, I really like that. And then you incorporated the chocolate brown into the kitchen, and look how it makes the cabinets pop.
Makes the white pop. It really does.
It really does. And then you also did it in certain sections that we'll see throughout the apartment.
Yes.
And if we look right over here, we'll start here. First of all, this table I think is great. What is it you told me? This is your dining table, but
Right.
it's also...
It's a multi-purpose table. It actually has a shelf here, so I use it for my artwork as well. I have art supplies here. I have colored pencil on one side and pastel on the other side, and I just do my work right here. For pastels, I stand, so I work right here, work here with colored pencil, and it's been wonderful.
And you have wonderful lighting
Yes,
for it, too.
yes, because this is a straight northern exposure.
Yeah, this is great. Plus, then you can have nice dinners, too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. One of the other things that I thought was really cute was the story about the marbles. Tell us the story about the marbles.
These were my husband Jack's when he was a little boy, and he has said over the years that he kept those so that he could prove that he never lost his marbles. So
I
we've
think
had
that's
them all these years.
And I think that's a cute story. And you know what? He never did lose his
No,
marbles.
he never did. He never
No.
did.
And I like the way you incorporated, if you look over here, you'll see Oriental, African art, you'll see more paintings, and it seems like each one could tell a story.
Absolutely, that's why I've kept them.
And very comfortable. You've got the TV here, this section here, but look at the tables here, the elephant tables. Aren't those great?
Those are old. They came from Vietnam when it was French Indochina. I had a neighbor who had them, and when she passed away, her children said, we grew up with those, but we'd love to keep them, but we can't move them. So I said, I would be happy to become the new owner of those.
They're
I've
really
had them.
unique.
Yes.
I really like them. And then what I liked also is the view that you have.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
It really is. You know, a lot of times people will enclose their lanai,
Yes.
and but then there's other people who don't, and they like it because they're still able to get the fresh air. Is that what
I'm
you
enjoying,
like?
when I lived in Lakewood, it was enclosed and I used it as my art studio, but I'm enjoying this and I'm looking forward to when the weather cools a bit so that I can spend time, and I'll do artwork out there as well.
Now, what we'll do is we'll walk here into your bedroom. A lot of beautiful artwork. This is all artwork that you have done.
It is.
And these are your pastels, and I love the characteristics of all of them.
These are pastels and colored pencil. The only one I did not do was this one, and this was done by a British friend when we lived in Australia. She was a portrait artist, and it's actually China painted on Japanese porcelain.
Really?
And it's just lovely.
We all recognize her from National
Yes,
Geographic.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. We do.
But the faces of each of them almost tell a story. If you look at their eyes and their expressions, I just think are wonderful. And again, look how much, what a great job you did using up your wall space. The other thing that I think is so special is how you still have that memory of your husband.
Oh,
here.
yes.
And you have utilized great picture of him and the flag. Tell us a little bit about Jack. I know a lot of people know who Jack
Well,
was.
a lot
but
of
for
people
those who don't.
A lot of people knew Jack. He's been gone almost a year now. And he had COPD, as many of you know, and he was the one that was always dragging around the oxygen, but he was an amazing man. He never let that slow him down until about the last week of his life. And he was determined that was not going to define who he was, and he just kept going. And you can tell from this, he's a World War II veteran. He flew B-17s. This was the flag, of course, from the memorial service at the cemetery in Sarasota. And this actually is Canadian. He joined the Canadian forces before the States got in the war. So he spent almost 4 years in the Canadian forces. So these are some of his memorabilia from there. And I just think it's important. I think it's important to keep the war and that greatest generation. I think it's important to keep that available for people to know about, because there's so many instances where it's just not taught in history.
Well, Karen, I want to thank you for
You're
letting us
welcome.
have a peek
You're
into your
welcome.
beautiful home
Thank
sweet
you.
home.
Thank you.
And I know it's only been 7 months, but boy, does it look like a wonderful home.
Thank you.
And
I'm
you've done a
enjoying
great
it.
job decorating it, and I can see why you enjoy it so much.
Thank
so
you.
thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And
I
good to
appreciate
see
it.
you again.
Thank you. Thanks.